Hey guys, it's Mike here again with Viper Paranormal, and today I'll be showing you some tips and techniques for conducting an outdoor investigation. The biggest problem with outdoor investigation are outdoor contaminants, such as insects, animals, vehicles. Any type of outdoor sound can really make your investigation difficult. In this video, I'm going to show you some ways to control the environment around you. The first and most important part of any investigation, indoor or outdoor, is safety. So I would recommend checking out your investigation spot during the daylight hours to see what's going on there, see what kind of obstacles you may encounter, to make sure this is a place that you would definitely like to investigate. Not only am I talking about safety for yourself and your other investigators, but I'm also talking about the safety of your equipment. You don't want to bring any type of electrical equipment into extraordinary circumstances such as extreme cold. If you're 20 degrees outside, it really can damage your equipment. I know you've probably seen it on television, but they've got the money to replace this equipment and I don't. So others will say that if you're investigating while it's raining, you can get false anomalies on your camera as well as your video and things like that. But that's really the least of my concerns. When I'm investigating in the rain, I'm subjecting my equipment to moisture. And speaking from experience, this will mess your equipment up. So do not investigate in the rain, ever. When you investigate, try to have at least one other person with you. Not only for safety reasons, but if you're investigating and something amazing happens and you're the only one to witness it, all you've got is a story. You've got no validation from another investigator, so make sure you bring at least one other person with you while you're investigating. Here's a couple other things you want to keep in mind when you're investigating outdoors. Bring as much recording equipment as you can. It's best to have at least one voice recorder per investigator, and if at all possible, definitely carry a video camera with you. We like to carry our Sony night shot camcorders here with the infrared extenders, as you can see here. If you're investigating outside, generally outdoor investigations aren't going to last as long as indoor investigations do. So if you've got that extra firepower on those infrared lights, run as many as you can, because the fact is you just can't see that far outside with night vision unless you have an abundance of infrared extenders. Another thing that I like to do is get one of these small tripods. A lot of cameras will actually come with these. These are flexible. If you don't have one, you can get one from just about anywhere that sells cameras for under 10 bucks. I would advise investing in a little more sturdy and expensive one because these things fall down a lot. But take this guy and screw it into your camera, and you're going to thank me for this after you try it. Instead of carrying your camera like this or down like this, what you're actually going to do is carry your camera like this. It's going to be a lot sturdier, and it's going to be less of a workout on your forearm. Once you carry a camera around for a couple hours, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, run the infrared lights if you've got them, run the camera, and run as many audio recorders as you can. If you're investigating in groups, keep your groups as close together as possible, and there are several reasons for that, and this goes the same for indoor investigations as well. If you're walking around and you've got 3 investigators and each of you have a digital voice recorder, if you separate too far and one investigator says something, you may not hear it with your ears, but your recorder might pick that up. And when you listen back to it, you're not going to be able to identify it. But if you've got extra voice recorders running, it's going to make it a lot easier to single that anomaly out and figure out where it's coming from. Another thing we like to do is when the investigation starts, everyone gets all of their recording devices in hand and we start them at exactly the same time. What I like to do is a countdown. We'll have everybody get their recorders or their video cameras or whatever they're using. They're going to get their finger on that record button, and I'm going to do a countdown. All equipment comes on in 3, 2, 1, and then everybody turns their equipment on. Now what this is doing is syncing up everybody's equipment within a second or so that when you're going back and trying to review this, if you catch something, you can compare it to your other audio or video recorders to really figure out what you've got. This will help you eliminate the biggest majority of your false anomalies. Okay, you've been walking around for a little bit and you're getting a little tired, so you want to sit down and maybe try to do some EVP work and see if you can get someone to try to communicate with you. We're going to break out the old camera again. You remember this little tripod I was telling you about? We're going to use this guy again. What we're actually going to do is we're going to find a spot, a flat surface where we can set our camera up. Now in this instance, the camera is going to be used less for capturing anomalies and more for keeping an eye on where your team members are and keeping an eye on what's going on, what kind of movements are being made, if they're creating noises and things like that. You're going to be able to go back and review your video and see that. So I would advise all of your investigators staying in one area and everyone trying to stay in the shot, at least while you're doing the EVP work. So you've got your camera set up. If you have an EMF meter that has some sort of a light on it, or it's something that you can see in the dark, such as a K2 meter, it's got a little, you can see the lights here pretty well. Set this guy up in the view of your shot. You don't have to worry about it while you're there, but if you do get some sort of activity and you're reviewing your video and you see that your meter's going off, it's possible you could have some sort of electromagnetic communication. Okay guys, now we're going to take a look at a little video that we shot on one of our outdoor investigations, and you're going to kind of see how we put all of these techniques together. Let's check it out. Okay, speaking to anyone who's here that can hear me, we've been here before, you may already know who we are. My name is Mike, this is my friend Evelyn, and over here is my friend James. We've been researching the afterlife for several years now. Okay guys, here's our shot. As you can see, all three investigators are in the shot. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a digital voice recorder. Evelyn has one next to her, and James has one next to him. So in total, that's 4 pieces of equipment that record audio, including the video camera. Right next to Evelyn, you're going to see a green light. That's actually one of our K2 meters, and we're using this for our video review. No one's paying attention to this right now, but in case we do catch something, we're going to be able to compare the video to that to see if we got any types of spikes while our activity was taking place. So have a good time. Make sure you're tagging all of your audio, and be safe and happy hunting. Well, there you have it. Tips and techniques for investigating the paranormal outdoors. I want to thank you for watching our videos. Don't forget to check out our website, www.viperparanormal.com. We've added some new content, so go ahead and check that out. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.